So I want to give you a brief overview about reference management software and the uses and benefits from actually using that free tool, what you have available. Many of you have to write a paper for a class, or you're thinking about writing a thesis, and so I'm pretty sure that all of you had been in a situation where you had to cite proper references and so on. But many of you probably have not yet used a reference management software that can greatly save you time and also improve your writing skills. You may not know that many of the journals people publish in have different types of formats. So for example, on this slide, it shows 4 different journals that all have different reference styles. So when you submit your paper, it has to be submitted in that particular reference style. If you're writing a paper, a review, something, it can take hours to change the styles and just add the italicizations or boldness or something else. So it's a real pain to go through that process. There's software out there that does it for you within minutes. So go and be open-minded to see what you can do for the software. There's 2 other reasons why I want you to understand how important reference management softwares are. One is that each journal has different requirements, what I just showed you on the last slide. So there's recommendations for authors where you can see exactly their specific style. And I can tell you there's hundreds and hundreds of different styles out there, and to manually change the references can be definitely challenging. The other reason why I want you to understand how to cite properly and how to use the software, how to make it more easily, is to avoid plagiarism. Because if you don't cite other ideas, other references, what people have done before you, if you don't cite it properly, that is plagiarism, and it can cause a lot of trouble. So there are lots of good reasons why reference management is a great tool. And also it is pretty straightforward. Within about 30 minutes, you have all the skills you will ever need. You may have learned about BIMI in high school, but we're gonna go way beyond that. There's lots of resources out there, and I will walk you through step by step on how to do reference management. The UF Library has a great website with links and resources, and also some training for the different reference management softwares. So you can see the comparison. Most of them are pretty similar. All of them are for free, at least for UF students. And there's a couple of differences. For example, EndNote does not work with Google Docs. Some of them work with Google Docs. So depending on the platform you're working on most, you may want to choose the reference management software that is best suited for you. Again, for our class, as long as you know any of them, either of them is perfectly fine. You can choose whichever one you like. And just a couple of screenshots. It's what happens when you install the software. You have a plugin in your either Google Docs or UF Word online or desktop version. So these ones are different softwares that show up as a plugin, and then you can directly from your word processing software go directly and interact with your word processing reference management software. So it's a really great tool. There's a couple of different ways to collect references. Most of the softwares can directly connect to a database, so you can pull it in directly, so you don't have to use external sources to import them. There's also ways where you can import it. For example, if you have Google Scholar, you can export it and then import into EndNote. There are some plugins for most of these softwares which you can use to add to your browser, and then everything can be converted into a PDF or a reference at your liking as well. And then EndNote has another plugin which is called EndNote Click, used to be Copernico, and when you have a PDF reference, you can push it directly to your library. So lots of great resources for you to have. I made this video just to show you how to use EndNote, and you can play that separately as well. So again, publications are really important, and it doesn't matter what career you go into. If you find any new resources as a physician, as a scientist, anywhere, you need to publish to be acknowledged and to enhance your career. So reference management software is absolutely a tool to help you succeed in your future careers. And I still get references and emails from my students from previous years who say they've been using the software for many years now and have really appreciated learning it in the class. Again, within 30 minutes you're up and running, and let's go and install any of the reference management softwares. All right, good luck.